This is Vote for the Music, the Eurovision podcast.
Hello and welcome back to Vote for the Music, the Eurovision podcast. I'm Benjamin.
And I'm Tadeusz.
And today we're going to be looking at Georgia's entry for the Junior Eurovision Song Contest 2023.
This is to music first, always.
We are unstoppable.
Open the frontiers to make people meet people.
Music is not fireworks. Music is feeling.
You're good to go.
Thank you, Vote for the Music!
This is Vote for the Music, the Eurovision podcast.
The song is called Over the Sky and performed by the group Anastasia and Ranina.
Let's take a listen to the song.
Dear Georgia, why the heck can't you engage this team of songwriters to your adult contest entries? Do we have to see that you keep doing so well in the junior contest and so bad in the adult contest? Now, Georgian entry is not my dream song, I would say. It is quite generic ballad. By generic, I mean generic for Georgian standards. So you can see some similarities with the, for example, 2020 entry. However, it is a far cry in a level from the things that we have seen them doing in adult contest, and also a song easily superior to many other songs we have seen during this season.
I feel like this one is incredibly loved in the community, so I realise I am in a minority here. But it just doesn't leave an impact on me whatsoever. I think the performers are good, I think the production is good, but the song just doesn't capture me. It's not memorable for me, it's not catchy, it doesn't really give me anything when I'm actually listening to it itself. I'm incredibly disappointed because Georgia normally bring their A game to Junior Eurovision, and this to me feels like the same quality they give to normal Eurovision. I see this very much on the same level as something like Echo by Iru.
I was indifferent towards the song at first too, and I'm still not some huge fan of it. However, I've grown more fond of it. Easily the biggest advantage the song has is, however, not Anastasia, who is admittedly a very good singer, but the two boys that join her with their white voice. White voice is a cheap trick, but it's a cheap trick that it works. Those series are just as very memorable and very pleasant to listen. They are the hook that makes sure that many people will keep remember this song after they listen to it on the contest. Perhaps even during the voting.
Obviously, it has connected with a lot of people, so I'm not going to be here and say, oh, it's going to come bottom 5, even if I don't get the song and I don't connect with the song, because it very much seems to be connecting with the wider community as a whole. You know, I hope this does well. I hope this does as well as it possibly can do, and I hope Anastasia and Ranina get a good result at Junior. I just personally really don't see the fuss about this one.
Despite that, I don't think Georgia is a competitor for a win this year like they were last year. There are just better songs in the competition and more appreciated songs in the competition. I would predict they're going to end up with 6th or 7th place. In regards to the staging, we can probably see Georgia putting quite a show. The theme of the song revolves about heroes and general grandeur, which means all the sort of stuff can happen. Flying objects, crazy dancers. I suppose they are going to try and make this song as big as possible, which they are pretty good at, as we have seen in previous years with their 2021 or 2022 entry.
I do expect with the stage, they'll probably try and keep the very white look of the video on stage, and I think that will stand out quite well, having all the LEDs up in white colours if they choose to do that, because we've seen that in the past and it does very much stand out, and a lot of countries don't do that. It will look like no other performance that night. So for my final thoughts on this, I think this is probably good. I just really don't connect with it. I think it's got very strong vocalists, probably very strongly performed and it would probably be very strongly staged. It's just not the sort of song for me, and I don't find it anything particularly special. I would give this a 5 out of 10.
Georgia in Junior Eurovision remains Georgia in Junior Eurovision. Divisive but with a distinct identity. This is probably not their strongest attempt, but it's good enough not to hurt that reputation. As for my score, I do still think that this is a bit of a letdown on their side and too generic of the songs. I score will be a bit harsh, and it's going to be a 5.75 out of 10.
So that's it for this Vote for the Music, the Eurovision Podcast Quickfire review. Please remember to follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Podcasts, and wherever else you get your podcast. Subscribe to us on YouTube, and keep remembering to vote for the music.
This is Vote for the Music, the Eurovision podcast.